Welcome back, warriors of the spirit. In our last encounter, we exposed anger for what it truly is, a primal reaction rooted in our deepest wounds and fears. Today, we're going to explore its antidote, the transformative power of patience. Patience isn't passive. It's not about gritting your teeth and enduring. True patience is active, engaged, and incredibly powerful. It's the ability to remain calm and centered in the face of provocation, to respond rather than react. Patience is often misunderstood as weakness, but nothing could be further from the truth. It takes immense strength to pause in the heat of the moment, to resist the siren call of rage. Patience is the ultimate display of self-mastery. As you embark on this path, you'll likely encounter resistance, not just from others, but from within yourself. Your ego may rail against this new approach, insisting that patience makes you vulnerable, that anger is necessary for survival. This inner rebellion can be fierce and relentless. That voice in your head might scream, "But they deserve my anger." It may try to convince you that patience is weakness, that you're letting others walk all over you. Your ego, threatened by this radical shift, might flood you with memories of times when anger seemed to work, when it got you what you wanted. You may find yourself justifying outbursts, thinking, "I'm just passionate," or "I'm standing up for myself." The ego is crafty, reframing anger as righteousness, as strength, as a shield against a harsh world. In moments of conflict, you might feel a physical pull towards your old patterns. Your body, accustomed to the adrenaline rush of anger, may feel uncomfortable with the stillness of patience. You might mistake this discomfort for a sign that you're doing something wrong, that this new approach isn't working. Even more insidiously, as you practice patience, you may encounter a deep-seated fear. What if being patient means losing your edge? What if it means accepting injustice? What if it leaves you defenseless in a world that often feels hostile? This resistance isn't just psychological, it's cultural. We live in a world that often celebrates quick reactions, that mistakes volume down value, that equates anger with strength. Choosing patience can feel like swimming against a powerful current. But here's the truth. This resistance, this inner turmoil, is a sign that you're on the right path. It's the sound of old patterns breaking, of new neural pathways forming. It's the friction that comes with any profound change. Remember, your ego's job is to keep you safe, to maintain the status quo. But true growth, true strength, lies beyond its limited perspective. But how do we transform from reactive beings ruled by anger into responsive individuals guided by patience? How do we cultivate this superpower? Let's explore some practical strategies. 1. The pause practice. When you feel anger rising, pause. Take a deep breath and start counting. This simple act creates space between stimulus and response, allowing you to choose your reaction. 2. The body scan. Anger manifests physically. Learn to recognize its signs: tensed muscles, rapid heartbeat, shallow breathing. By tuning into these physical cues, you can catch anger before it overtakes you. 3. The perspective shift. When someone provokes you, try to see the situation from their point of view. What might be driving their behavior? This doesn't excuse their actions, but it can diffuse your anger. 4. The future self-visualization. Before reacting in anger, visualize your future self looking back on this moment. How would you want to have handled it? This can provide crucial distance and clarity. 5. The anger journal. Keep a log of what triggers your anger. Look for patterns. Understanding your triggers is the first step to managing them. 6. The patience mantra. Develop a personal mantra to use when anger threatens to overtake you. Something like, "This too shall pass," or "I choose peace over being right." 7. The empathy exercise. Regularly practice putting yourself in others' shoes. The more you flex your empathy muscle, the easier it becomes to access it in heated moments. 8. The delayed response technique. When faced with a provocative email or message, wait before responding. Give yourself time to cool down and formulate a measured reply. 9. The mindfulness minute. Incorporate short mindfulness breaks throughout your day. This regular practice of presence can help you stay grounded when challenges arise. 10. The patience role model. Identify someone in your life or in history who embodies patience. What would they do in your situation? How can you emulate their approach? Remember, cultivating patience is a journey, not a destination. There will be setbacks, moments when anger gets the better of you. That's okay. The key is to keep practicing, to keep choosing patience over and over again. As you navigate this resistance, be gentle with yourself. Recognize these doubts and fears for what they are, the last gasps of an old way of being. Acknowledge them, thank them for trying to protect you, and then choose patience anyway. With each choice, each moment of pause, you're not just changing a habit, you're rewiring your brain, reshaping your emotional landscape. You're choosing a path of true power, one that doesn't depend on controlling others or circumstances, but on mastering yourself. This journey isn't easy, but it's infinitely worthwhile. Because on the other side of this resistance lies a kind of freedom and strength that anger could never provide. The power to remain calm in the storm, to respond rather than react, to choose peace over being right. Patience isn't just a personal virtue. It's a revolutionary act in a world addicted to outrage. By choosing patience, you're not just changing your own life. You're creating ripples of calm that can transform your relationships, your community, and ultimately, our world. Patience allows us to see the bigger picture. It gives us the clarity to distinguish between what truly matters and what's merely noise. In a culture of instant gratification and knee-jerk reactions, patience is a radical act of presence. This shift isn't just about redirecting energy, it's about unveiling your true purpose. Imagine anger as a thick fog, obscuring your vision and distorting your perception. As this fog lifts, you begin to see the landscape of your life with newfound clarity. The pursuits, passions, and purposes that were always there, hidden beneath the haze of reactivity, suddenly come into focus. You might discover that the drive you once channeled into arguments is now fueling your creativity. That novel you've always wanted to write, that business idea you've been nurturing, that art project you've been dreaming of, they all become not just possible, but vital expressions of your authentic self. Or perhaps you'll find that your heightened awareness draws you towards service. The empathy you've cultivated through patience might ignite a passion for social justice, environmental causes, or community building. You may realize that your true purpose lies in healing, teaching, or advocating for others. For some, this newfound energy might illuminate a path of personal growth and self-discovery. The time and mental space once consumed by anger and its aftermath become available for meditation, learning, or deep self-reflection. You might uncover layers of yourself that were previously inaccessible, hidden beneath the armor of anger. In relationships, this shift can be transformative. The energy once spent on conflict may now nurture deeper connections, encourage understanding, and build bridges where walls once stood. You might find your true purpose in being a peacemaker, a mediator, or simply a more present and compassionate friend, partner, or parent. Professionally, patience can unveil leadership qualities you never knew you possessed. The ability to remain calm under pressure, to listen deeply, and to respond thoughtfully can propel you into roles where you can truly make a difference. This journey might also lead you to your spiritual purpose. As you cultivate inner peace, you may feel drawn to explore deeper questions of existence, meaning, and interconnectedness. Your purpose might lie in spiritual teaching, in fostering unity, or in simply being a beacon of tranquility in a turbulent world. Remember, purpose isn't always grandiose or world-changing in the conventional sense. Sometimes, our true purpose is simply to be fully present in our lives, to love deeply, to create beauty in small ways, or to bring a moment of peace to those around us. But perhaps the most profound transformation occurs within. As you cultivate patience, you'll likely find a growing sense of inner peace. The stormy seas of your emotions begin to calm. You start to experience a profound sense of trust in yourself, in others, in the unfolding of life itself. This doesn't mean you become a doormat or that you never stand up for yourself. On the contrary, patience gives you the clarity to know when to act and how to do so effectively. It allows you to respond from a place of wisdom rather than reactivity. So I challenge you, in the coming days, notice when anger arises. Don't judge it, don't suppress it, but don't indulge it either. Instead, use it as a cue to practice patience. Let anger be the alarm that wakes you up to the opportunity for growth, for understanding, for peace. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of anger and patience. Until next time, may you find strength in stillness and power in pause. Remember, in the grand symphony of life, patience isn't just a virtue, It's the conductor that brings harmony to the chaos.